Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Blackout Tea channel. I hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful start of your day. We're going to get into some news, honey, because Erika Kirk is out here having a mental breakdown, honey. Okay. Um, it's obvious that Erika is on a grifting tour and not a grieving tour, and a lot of us have been seeing this in the news. She is actually now clashing out at Candace Owens, okay? And Candace has actually responded. We're going to take a look at both. Do your girl a favor, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notification bells so that you guys are updated each and every time I bring you videos. You know we don't hold you here. Let's get started.
This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say,
Let me tell y'all one thing about Erika Kirk. Erika Kirk is a fake, and she's definitely a goddamn gone phony. And I think that she is damn upset that a lot of people recognize the fakeness. She's been pretending this whole time. Not a single authentic tear. No runny nose. Erika is totally performing. Okay? Erica has made tons of freaking money off of this shenanigans that she clearly is a faker. Okay? She needs to be mad at the people that they fucking was paying supposedly to be security to him. That's who she should be mad at. But let's go ahead and get into Candace Owens' response to Erika Kirk, honey.
Having lost her husband, becoming the CEO and the chairman of a company. It's just a lot of transition, and it's nice to wait for more information before you prejudge or just assume, make an assumption about somebody, and it maybe is not based in reality. Well, we are getting a lot more of Erika Kirk this week. I'll tell you that because she has been doing the rounds in the media really over the last couple of weeks. And she just gave an interview live with Harris Faulkner on Fox News, where she finally addressed the quote unquote conspiracy theories. And I have to say this because it's true, but it completely missed the mark for me. I am sorry. It just has. But the good news is that she is now unmurkying the water in terms of her intentions with this massive political organization. That's good news, truly, because we knew Charlie, and now we are getting an opportunity to know Erika. Plus, later on in the show, it's Knives Out for Tucker Carlson. As always, he's trending right now because he has officially waded into the who killed Charlie Kirk narrative. And since he is not a bought and paid for Fed, he is siding with not just the American people, people worldwide. And he says that he's not buying the official narrative. And there are some lingering questions. And he confirms what I told you about the Egyptian planes. So let's jump right back into this. Welcome back to Candace. Is buried. That question.
Build a website you love.
So y'all, that's the first time I've ever heard Erika mention the in-laws.
Create your
Question resurfaced this week in a big way because Milo Yiannopoulos and a few others have asserted with absolute certainty that Charlie has not yet been buried. That's what they're saying. They say they have proof of that. And at first, Harris Faulkner is asking about that claim. Take a listen.
Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that, but this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
Okay, so on its face, I actually agree with that. I think that when people are being buried and where they're being buried and how their funerals are done, that is very private matter, okay? So objectively, I agree with what she's saying, okay? But subjectively, because we are dealing with the subject of Erika Kirk and what transpired immediately following Charlie's assassination, this is going to be read as Meghan Markle syndrome, okay? Meghan Markle syndrome, where you want privacy when you want it, but you want publicity whenever you want it, and that just doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work that way. I honestly think it was said best by Bethany Frankel, not related to this situation. Bethany Frankel is on Real Housewives, a reality show. And she was referring to one of the housewives who lived her life very publicly, showcased her marriage, was buying tons of Louis Vuitton bags, and they had tons of money. And then when their relationship soured, the housewife basically asked the public for privacy. And Bethany was like, no, this isn't how it works. Like, we were riding with you on the way up, or riding with you on the way out. You don't get to like pick and choose when you want privacy and when you don't want privacy.
Right.
And subjectively, as it, in the matter of Erika Kirk, this is the same person who had somebody record her over Charlie Kirk's casket. That was not our business, truly. And I can say that decision was made by her. And there is, some credence to the claim that everybody grieves differently. I wouldn't even record myself over a casket ever, okay? Some people maybe perhaps want to have that memory. But the decision to publish that, you crying over your husband's casket, and to publish his dead body on Instagram, was a decision that was made by Erika. And we can watch that. Take a look.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. God bless you.
That is an incredibly personal and an incredibly intimate moment that you invited the public into, okay? There was no reason to do that outside of wanting to share something that was very private with the public. And now,
The thing about Erika Kirk is she's very sick. She's a very sick and demonic individual. She loves attention, okay? And everything that she's been doing, it's all an act for attention.
you fast forward 3 months removed, And it's why does the public want to know where he's buried? It doesn't work like that. You have to make a decision. I want this always to be private, or I want this always to be public. That's my personal feedback there. Later on in this same interview, she launches into a strong defense of Turning Point USA employees who have, just as a matter of fact, told many lies, many inconsistencies. These are verifiable. So they are currently lying to the public, or they have lied to the public, but she is going to deliver quite an impassioned defense regarding these particular individuals and the organization as a whole. And I want you to hear her passion. Take a listen.
Something weird about her, y'all. I mean, the phoniness just shines right on through, honey.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
Let me tell y'all,
I'm sorry.
this is how you know everything that they do. These people, you can tell 100% she's MAGA. Okay, first of all, she got on Red on the fucking Fox News interview. But they do this projection shit. They're crying that they're under siege. They're insisting that hundreds of death threats and things are being sent to their people or them. And invisible spooks follow their every step. That's all I hear from these people. Yet they never actually pause to consider that they help build the climate of menace that they are under right now. Okay? They always want to claim to be victims and they want the fire without the burn. That's what I get from Erika as well.
Sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. And I'm going to explain to you why. I just do not accept any of that. First and foremost, the idea that she does not have time. Okay, she definitely has time, okay? She's done Hannity, she's done The Five, she's done Fox and Friends, she's done Outnumbered, she's done Megyn Kelly Live, she sat down with the New York Times. She made time, by the way, in case you don't remember, to fly to D.C. for Sergio Gore to be sworn into the ambassador to India, as the ambassador to India, which feels kind of obscure and not necessarily related to Turning Point USA affairs, building affairs, or whatever it is. But sure, that's fine. I mean, obviously, you're also allowed to be a person if that's the homie and that's what you want to do, sure. But we are indeed speaking about a coast-to-coast flight to stand up next to somebody and basically say, Charlie loved you. That was like the, 15-second speech that she gave, right? Here's actually, we have a clip of that speech that she gave.
Well, he was also very good friends with a guy named Charlie. We just knew him as Charlie. And his wife, who we love so much, is here with us. And maybe, you know how close they were together. Maybe, Erika, you could say a couple of words, please.
I'm honored to, sir. Charlie loved you. It's hard not to get emotional because I know that he would have been the first phone call when he found out that you were
going to be taking this position. And the way that I was able to witness the two of you work together for years and to champion and support the president was absolutely humbling to witness. And I am so proud of you. And Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit. And I will be praying for you every day because I know that this is just the beginning of an incredible opportunity for you. And sir, thank you for allowing Sergio to have this beautiful moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Child, let me tell you one thing. They talk about this, that, and the third, but it is funny how we have not heard anything about the alleged shooter. Okay? We have not heard a peep about his family members or anything. No prep walk or coverage. There has been no court dates, nothing. They're keeping everything on the low, and I could never understand that. If this is somebody that actually murdered your husband, why have you not said anything about this? Why is it not being televised, publicized? Nothing. Nothing. This is why we say that it's fakeness running around. I think it's a money grab. She's obviously made a lot of money off of this shit, and it's just getting to be ridiculous, okay? She's sitting up here as evil as she can be and always trying to cry, but never shit coming out.
That's just an ambassador to India swearing in ceremony. Again, if that's your friend and you want to be there, that makes sense. She's also a person, and she can decide what she wants to do there. But the point that I am making is that's a coastal flight that she made to be there to watch a paper get signed. She has also made time for an upcoming CBS News town hall sit down with Barry Weiss, which was filmed today. So Erika Kirk has time. She has time. It is just what she means to say, not her priority, which is you are allowed to prioritize things in your own life. But this is not a matter of time constraint. It is not her priority to respond to the majority, actually. The majority of people think of this as BS. The majority of people think Turning Point is acting suspicious. And she does not feel that it is what she wants to do as a matter of priority, responding. Okay, that's fine. Now, to that point that people are making hundreds and thousands of dollars, I just don't get how there's not someone on this very large PR team, as we're seeing these PR campaigns go out, that doesn't go, hey, maybe we should strike that. They made $40 million like 2 nights ago at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe that feels kind of a little bit like let them eat cake-ish. Oh, and we've made more than, separately from Mar-a-Lago, Turning Point USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know, this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. That is separate from the $40 million they made at Mar-a-Lago the other night. So since Charlie has died, that organization has taken in $140 million. But gosh darn you people that are making hundreds of dollars every day on YouTube talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination and the BS narrative that is being fed and the very obvious psychological operation that is being employed to make you accept the BS that they are trying to sell to us. Gosh darn.
It's all based on greed. She wants money and the focus on her. Erika Kirk is a narcissist, baby.
Aren't you? Did you make $1,000 today? Speaking about Charlie Kirk, well, you should be ashamed of yourself, says Turning Point USA, who in large part made that money because of those very people who gave to the organization immediately following Charlie Kirk's assassination. And the thing that is especially absurd about that is trying to almost like, I want to be clear that Turning Point USA is my family. The Charlie Kirk show is my family. She's just expanding the wings of people that we're not allowed to critique because they're in the family. If you call them fam, you can't critique them, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We actually are showing a clip of Rob McCoy defending a pedophile or trying to launder the reputation of that's fam. That's the CK show fam. Oh, I'm sorry. We are actually pointing to the fact that we know for certain that this person or organization is sexual deviant.
Nutcracker, magical Christmas.
Erika Kirk is capitalizing off of Charlie's death. That's what she's doing.
That's fam. That is my, don't you get me upset. I know that this is a now $150 million in the last 3-month organization and we employ tons of people, but you can't critique. You can't critique the fam. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to be very clear here. This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies, because what you are watching here is an unbelievably emotional response that is absent of any logic, okay? If you really care about your team, answer the questions, okay?
Exactly.
Just demystify the entire event. Answer, come out, sit down, answer the questions so people don't think Turning Point USA looks so suspicious. Don't try to like mom the organization and say, well, mother's upset because people are coming after her kids and all of this multi-million-dollar subsidiaries. That's my children, okay?
Erica don't care nothing about them damn children. Okay, the fact that she's been on the road all the time since Charlie ass got assassinated and not with her children, that says a lot. Okay, it says a lot for
Okay.
so-called
The
Christians.
multi-million-dollar subsidiaries, Turning Point, like Turning Point Action, all that, those are my kids. So you can't critique them. Not a good idea. Okay. It may work in PR world. You guys, I know how it's an obvious PR campaign. It's never been more obvious of a psychological operation. I actually wish they would put me on payroll so I could help them make these things look more organic than having every single person that has been telling us to stop asking questions all make the exact same video within 4 seconds of each other, being like, whoa, whoa, Erika Kirk shuts down the no, she didn't even respond to one of the
Right.
conspiracies. She gave us emotion. She gave us emotion. She said, I'm a mother, I am a wife, and we never asked about whether she was a mother or wife. We want to know if she is a CEO and a chairman. And a CEO and a chairman has to compartmentalize. A CEO and a chairman cannot respond to valid questions and critiques about finances, about shady actions that are being taken by people that require presidential pardons, people that are meaningfully asking why we are not getting a clear answer of what took place on September 10th. A CEO, okay, does not get to respond and say, that's my family, okay?
You know, at the end of the day, honestly, I feel that she never actually took time to heal. Someone that's mourning a loss would leave the public's eye for a while to heal. And I feel like Turning Point set Charlie up. I don't give a damn what they say. And they put Erica at the forefront so no one could or would question anything that is done. It's so obvious. It's so obvious.
That's the energy of what I would expect from a mother speaking to a teacher, which I was this mom. Like, that's my kid. Okay. And I'll shut this down right now. That's my child. This is not a child. Turning Point USA is an organization. And Erica already had an uphill battle to climb, like that she had to climb this because, by the way, just because if this was Goldman Sachs and the president of Goldman Sachs or managing director over at Goldman Sachs died in a horrifically violent way, the Goldman Sachs family might mourn for a couple of months, but they would have instantly had someone to replace that individual. And beyond that, they would have never accepted the public and the people that are investing money. They would have never accepted, well, he's gone, but here's his wife. She already had a hill to climb here, right? Like, this does not make you qualified because you love someone to take on their job. I am not qualified to do what my husband does. That's why I said I wouldn't want to be the CEO and the chairman of a company. Actually, there's a great clip of Jordan Peterson asking that very question, like, why do women want to be? Like, why would you want to have? It's actually a lot of work and it's very stressful and it's a lot of numbers and you're crunching numbers and you have to be everywhere, okay? If you want that, great. If you built the company and you're in the room like Charlie Kirk did, and you have proven to the public, like, hey, I built this company, I didn't even go to college, and I've been doing this for over a decade, as Charlie Kirk did, you've earned that street cred, okay? So she already had a hill to climb because now they're saying, well, this is his wife, and so, that's it.
If y'all had noticed how Erica says, my Turning Point family, that's all she needed to say for me. That lets you know a lot. My. okay? Because Erika Erica keeps mentioning also that she wants justice. Well, girl, they already caught the guy, and he was one of your guys. So I don't understand where Erica is going with all of this, but on a money grab. Okay? Why isn't she spending this valuable time at home with the so called family that she and Charlie loved so much? She's just a fraud. Her husband probably was most likely trying to divorce her ass, and maybe she's the one that set it up. I don't know. But it's clear that something is going on here, okay? She has not produced a single tear anywhere. Used to carry around that goddamn handkerchief and wiping nothing but makeup, trying to squinch a tear out her eye that never came, that never ever came. This is ridiculous.
Well, now you're going to have to prove that you have the ability to be a CEO and a chairman and not just a wife who we expect emotion from. And you're rightful in that capacity. You are rightful to have emotion. You are rightful to be the aggrieved widow, but you don't get to just be widowed into the position of chairman and CEO. You don't get to respond to, well, in this case, investors, donors who have given money and are asking meaningful questions with, no, you don't get replies right now because this is the Charlie Kirk show, fam. Doesn't work this way, okay? And the broader point removed from Erika, which a lot of these mockingbird influencers seem to be making, is essentially they're saying to us that scientific inquiry and investigation in and of itself is now patently wrong, right? Essentially, we should just trust the state. Don't believe your own instincts. Don't believe your own eyes. Don't ask any questions. And I really want to stress to you guys how utterly ridiculous that logic is, right? Because if we followed that logic in any other situation, there would never be a crime solved ever, okay? If we just ascribe to the idea that scientific investigation is on its face wrong, it would not work. I'll give you a crappy analogy here, but imagine if there's like some young mother and she dies suddenly in the middle of the night, presumably in the middle of the night, and her husband is the first one to report it in the morning, and the cops show up who happen to be his buddies. They get there, and then they dramatically close the case in 48 hours, and neighbors are like, wait a minute. Excuse me, officers, actually, you might want to know some other facts here about this guy. Like, he's in the mafia. These people would be like, how dare you question the people closest to, he loved her, that's his wife. Being a gang member is not evidence. Why are you saying he's a gang member? It's not evidence. And you get another nosy neighbor who produces evidence that in the middle of the night before she died, they saw the guy outside, the husband outside, removing cameras in the front yard. That's not evidence. Yeah, but I saw him go out in the middle. He put something in his car in the trunk. He was looking shady. That's not evidence. How dare you find that to be suspicious? More nosy neighbors start discussing, and they were like, hey, we heard them. They were having actually a heated argument before she was found dead. I think it was about money. All of a sudden, the next thing you know, you got Allie Stuckey from the HOA. She blasts out an email, and she says, it's unbiblical. It's unbiblical to gossip. Hearing an argument is not hard evidence. You have no right to discuss it. Yeah, we're the nosy neighbors, okay? We put together a list of 20 verifiable lies that have been told in the weeks following this sudden death event. And we have some questions. So
it's all for the money laundering with these people, okay? Erica's been trying to stay in the public eye and hype up this turning point scam that they got going on. This is a hope to get people to donate more money because this is how they funnel their damn money. It's plain and simple. Okay, that's why they're dealing with people like Donald Duck. She's not angry that Charlie was murdered. She's angry because she's afraid the money is going to dry up and stop rolling in. Okay? She might have loved her husband when they first got damn married, but it's obvious she didn't love him in fucking death. Okay? All right? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
we're not going to accept Tim Pool jumping on the airwaves with big estrogen energy telling us we're evil because we have like school board elections next Thursday. We're the nosy neighbors. We don't care about the elections coming up. We want to know whether or not We are in bed with people who are capable of murder, people that are capable of covering up murders. Actually, we, the nosy neighbors, feel a little bit less safe in this neighborhood until we know whether or not there are some psychopathic killers in our midst. How about that?
Exactly. We want to know about the wackos. Okay, the wackos out here. That's living among
That's how I
us.
feel. I think that's how a lot of people feel right now. So I want to express that. And this psychological campaign filled with emotional manipulation and how dare you and the aggrieved widow speaks and so you're not allowed to question a $150 million organization. No, I reject it. I reject that 100%.
Last I checked, Charlie has said that the lives of a few kids didn't matter, that guns were more important. So why is his life more important than goddamn children? Make it make sense. And we should be concerned about yours? Girl, Erica, carry your ass someplace. Carry your fake ass someplace.
Which is why I will say it has arrived as a blast of fresh air that on this very same day, Tucker Carlson is standing up to the nonsense. He's not speaking about Erika, obviously. He is friends with Erika. But just the nonsense of what the FBI is saying, he's wading in and saying, yeah, the FBI is not being clear in what happened. And I have questions because, and I think it feels like a blast of fresh air because and I know many people at home, are seeing all of these people that we followed and we thought that they were heroes, and suddenly this assassination has exposed them all to be frauds.
That's because they're angry because she's not the only one capitalizing on her husband's death. And that's why she keeps complaining about news and people and YouTubers putting out information or, conspiracy theories or whatever she wants to call it. But at the end of the day, honey, it's just showing what type of individuals that Team Point is actually dealing with down there, including Charlie and that wife that he thought he had, because it looks like she wants everything except him.
Like for the right price, they will join Operation Mockingbird. For me personally, that is how I feel, okay? Like people in the military that I thought were forthright, people that were journalists that I thought were forthright. I just am so let down. And I don't think I would have been able to handle if Tucker Carlson was among those people. You need hard evidence. As if the killer's going to walk in and be like, okay, here's how I did it. Okay. I'm going to give you the hard evidence. I was here, there. Like, what? Instead, Tucker Carlson is coming out and he is blasting the corporate and the Fed narrative with common sense. He joined Theo Von.
Guys, so to be honest, the team, Erica and them team, was so suspicious when this shit happened with Charlie in the first place. I feel like they did not behave properly. The security team was a total failure and they did not do their job. They were not there to protect him. People got on their phone immediately. One guy in the background, we all have seen it. He actually seemed like he was already on the phone before the shot was even fired. So at the end of the day, it's obvious that Erica has been auditioning for a goddamn job in that White House, okay? She fits their stereotype, okay? Who tape recorded or tape records themselves saying I love you and this, that, and the third, and trying to make it seem as this is so bothering to me, yet not even crying over that goddamn casket. She is such a phony, okay? This girl has not mourned her husband a day, not a day. I feel Erika Kirk loves the cameras, and this is why she's doing it, okay? She hasn't been home with them children since Charlie fucking laid down. Okay? The whole industry is just unbalanced. There's only one cure for this situation, and that is to reopen the insaneness in all these narcissistic individuals. Okay? So at the end of the day, she should tell her friend Trump to do the same damn thing. Okay? Do the same thing. My thing is, you need to go home and look after your goddamn children. And I don't even think them in laws fuck with Erica like that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, okay? This is the first time that we've heard her even mention them damn people. This is not righteous anger. That's a demon. Erika Kirk is a demon, just like her husband was. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Do your girl a favor, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notification bells. I love you guys. I'll see you boo soon. Mwah! Thanks for watching.